No, it's something every week.
I know. I hope you all enjoyed those production background noises. It gives you a more feeling of being here, doesn't it?
You don't touch the soundboard for a week and you come back, it's all messed up. Something's not working.
You would think
At
that
least
if
the mics work.
Yeah, thank God for that. You would think that if you left it the way that you had it when you last adjusted it, that it would be perfect. All you have to do is plug it in. But no, it doesn't. Life doesn't work that way.
Yeah, well, at least I'm in a much better mood this week than I was last week.
Me too.
Yeah. Sometimes turning off the news helps.
Yeah.
Remember that puppet, Gary Gnus?
I remember the name.
No news is good news.
Oh. I love it.
Oh, what show was that from? Gary Gnus.
I don't know.
I have to Google that one. But yeah, I distinctly remember that. No news is good news. And sometimes the best thing to do is just stay away from news. But, we had a very special message this week from Jackie, the Jokeman Martling, from the Howard Stern Show.
No way.
Yeah. Let's check this out. Can't play it through the soundboard, so I'll just have to play it through my phone.
I'm sure it'll still work.
I haven't seen your wife. His neighbor says, oh, she's out back in the garden. He says, oh,
you know what?
Out there, I didn't.
You know what? God damn it.
What?
The guy knocks on his neighbor's door.
Hold on. Take two people. Jesus Christ tonight.
I don't understand why you can't just play it.
No, because that didn't start at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's try this again.
The guy knocks on his neighbor's door. Neighbor says, hey man, since the COVID hit, I haven't seen your wife. His neighbor says, oh, she's out back in the garden. He says, well, I was just out there. I didn't see her. His neighbor says, well, you got to dig down a little. A girl calls the doctor. She says, Doc, I got diarrhea. Can I take a bath? He says, if you got enough.
That's a shit joke.
Librarian, I need a book on suicide. She says, fuck you. You won't bring it back. The receptionist says, Doctor, the guy that you just treated just dropped dead on his way out the door. The doctor says, well, turn him around so it looks like he dropped dead on the way in. And now a joke by request. A duck walks into 7-Eleven. He says, you got any grapes? Guy behind the counter says, no, we don't have any grapes. Duck leaves. Next day, duck walks to 7-Eleven. Says, you got any grapes? The guy says, no, we haven't got any grapes. Duck leaves. Next day, duck walks to 7-Eleven. Says, hey, you got any grapes? The guy says, look, Daffy, this is the third day in a row you walked in there and asked for grapes. You come in there one more time and ask for grapes, I'm going to nail your stupid wet feet to the floor. The duck leaves. Next day, the duck walks to 7-Eleven and says, you got any nails? The guy says, no. He says, good. You got any grapes? Now, our good friend Michael, Snow. Hey, what did the 7 dwarfs say when Snow White woke up? I guess it's back to jerk it off. So Michael requested a joke. Let's review. A joke is a story. What's at the end of the story? A surprise. Michael requested a surprise that he already knew. He requested a joke he had already heard, so he knew the surprise at the end. What kind of fucking idiot, no offense, what kind of stupid moron, don't mean to hurt your feelings, requests a joke? You request something with a surprise on the end you already know, you stupid donkey. Well, I hope you're having a good podcast. Guy walks in, his wife's watching television. She's yelling at the screen, don't do it, you moron! Don't go in that church, you idiot! Don't go in that church, you asshole! He says, what are you watching? She says, our wedding video. Listen, Michael and Snow, I hope you're having a good podcast. You can always email me, jokeland@aol.com. Tell all 3 of your listeners to send me an email, jokeland@aol.com. I'll send you lots and lots of jokes. I'll send you the original version of the Duck 7-Eleven grape joke, which I personally happen to really, really love. And thanks for booking this, Michael. And you're a nice guy, but you're still an idiot. And I don't know what kind of person has a name like Snow. And in this political climate, I'm not going to venture a guess.
Who's still on AOL?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah, Jackie.
fuck off.
Does Jackie even know what a podcast is? I mean, does he? I mean, AOL.
I know. Yeah, I don't think he's sped up enough to know
Right.
what podcasts are.
Right, I mean, he's been off Stern for at least 15, 20 years.
I can see why.
No, we love you, Jackie.
I know.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for making fun of us, especially MJ more than me.
Jokeland at AOL.com. Hey,
Yeah, you hear that?
you
All
know,
three of our listeners?
he sent me a message on Facebook, and he asked me to email him because I asked him to come on the podcast, but being how he's still on AOL, maybe he's still on dial-up, and that's why he hasn't gotten it.
Oh, no.
So,
Yeah.
Anyway, that's cool. I mean, how cool is that we have the writer from Howard Stern giving us a shout-out?
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cheers.
He knows where it's at.
Cheers.
The new Howard and Robin, hoo-hoo, ripping them off. Then we steal your joke writer. Oh, shit. All right,
Next,
so...
are we coming after Baba Booey?
Yeah, we'll try to get him. Hey, so our good friend Peter from Bootsy's Delta Funk, they come out with a Pineapple Express pineapple mustard sauce at the end of the month, which is bootsysdeltafunk.com. But we have a special treat for Peter. We have a celebrity spokesperson to give him a plug, Marjorie Traylor Greene. So, go ahead.
Classic Carolina Gold meets the Aloha State, punched up with some swinging pineapple beats. This Bootsy's remix will have your taste buds swinging like Elvis on the Big Island. Enjoy drizzled over pork, chicken, and sausage. Mahalo, y'all.
One
of the times that she didn't really annoy the crap out of me.
Well,
she should just do ads.
We had to throw her a bone and get some money coming her way because now that OnlyFans is shutting down and she can't get her side gig.
Right? Or she's too old to be paid by Matt Gaetz, right?
Oh yeah, Matt Gaetz got engaged.
To the 17-year-old?
No, to somebody. Who would marry that?
To try to throw everyone off. No, see, I don't like.
Yeah.
I gotta. What kind of publicity stunt can I come up with? I can't be that bad of a guy if a woman's willing to marry me.
So that would go switch gears a little bit. After the shit show that's been happening in Afghanistan, and just get political here for a second, and just say, screw you and the fake outrage about the women and children being left behind. Because generally those one side doesn't really give a shit about refugees. Come on.
Or write your congressman and see if you can take them into your home then. If there's that, tell them that you're willing to take them in.
So...
Because, if it came down to that, they'd be like, no. No.
We're no political experts, and I don't know what the right thing to do is, but it was a failure over many administrations, and just
no, but what that complaining is, though, right there, what they're doing, complaining about the refugees and shit, we know that they don't give a shit. They're trying to find some moral ground to attack Biden and the rest of the administration on.
Right.
That's all this is about. They don't. I would actually give it to them if I knew there was genuinely a concern, then I might be more open to listening to them. But I know they're bullshit rhetoric, and I'm not having it.
Just makes me want to drink. And speaking of drinking,
we are drinking something delicious.
Yeah, I think this would go good with the Pineapple Express.
Don't you, though? So we're having, it is Wild Barrels I love their beers. We sampled another one last time. They're Vice Mango Lychee. And lychees are actually grown in Hawaii. You can get them in Hawaii. So it kind of ties in with the whole mahalo.
What's a lychee?
A lychee kind of tastes, it kind of tastes like a milder strawberry.
Oh, okay.
And it like comes in this thing, you peel it off. See on the can, it's this one with the red outer and then the middle part's like the white color. And then you peel that off and you eat the middle part.
Huh.
Yep.
Never heard that. Learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm. Even if you go to Florida, there's like, they have them in Florida in some places, you know, because they have to grow like, when we went to the Keys, we were able to get them there. They had lychees there.
Yeah. So, couple quick other notes. The FDA approved the Pfizer vaccine. So.
And Moderna?
Not Moderna yet. So, true or false, do you think the people that were holding out saying, oh, I'm not going to take anything that's not FDA approved, do you think this will be the one that pushes them to be like, okay, I'll get the vaccine now?
Well, I hope so.
Now, I'm only talking about the people who can take the vaccine. There are people that are not approved to take the vaccine.
Right.
The doctors don't recommend. We're not talking about those
I think
people.
that those people aren't the ones screaming their faces off, though.
Right.
I think they're like, look, my doctor said I have a certain medical condition. But all I'm going to say is I hope that it sways more people. Now, if that's what they needed was like the FDA approval and they feel better, okay, you know, I'm not going to fault them because, you know, they came to their senses. They're like, all right, yeah, now I'm going to go get it. You know, I was hesitant before. I can understand that, you know?
Right. And how come they'll take a livestock medication that's meant for deworming horses because they heard it on Fox News, and that's not FDA approved. The FDA actually had to come out and say, please don't take this deworming pill to cure COVID.
And so for those folks, they're doing the whole, remember what I said earlier? They're trying to find some angle of argument, like whether it be like a moral argument, like we've got to help the refugees, the women and children that are going to get left behind. It's just another argument they can argue with the libtards because that's their worst enemy. You know?
Isn't it ironic that
to them, we're not their worst enemy, but to them.
It's ironic that people that call other people sheep are the ones taking livestock medicine. It's crazy. Shit. God. Just hypocrisy. Well, and we're going to get to do some good news stories here in just a couple minutes here. I want to mention the podcast we did a couple weeks ago with Kelly Lynn. She's going to give away 2 signed copies of her book. And all you have to do is answer the trivia question, what band did Don detest more than anyone?
Oh, okay.
So if our listeners send me the right answer to our Facebook page or Instagram page, you'll be put into a drawing, and in a couple weeks we'll give away a copy of Kelly's book. And it's a really good book. Thank you for Kelly for coming on.
Yes.
I had a personal message from Opie over the weekend too.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say something about Kelly's book really good, like really quick. It's a really good book. Yes. If you happen to be like dealing with
grief and loss
in your life, or even if you haven't and you'd like to understand a little more about it and maybe like what a person that is dealing with it has to go through, and maybe put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't know too, because you will be there someday. I mean, everyone's going to have to deal with grief and loss.
Well, a little bit of empathy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what's great about the book is it really goes into like empathy. It makes you dive into empathy too.
Okay, so let's revisit a couple of other things. So as we're trying to stay away from news, bad news, we'll get to some good news. But this is from a few weeks ago. This is when Jim Brewer, Goat Boy on SNL, gave us a shout out.
Congrats on the podcast. It's freaking awesome. That's the only last thing we could do under our control without someone editing, putting their own words on. So congrats to you and your partner. I wish you a very successful another year. I was trying to get that last video out. I don't know how it never made it to me. But I wish you nothing but great success. Turn off the TV. Think for yourself. Turn off the radio. Think for yourself. Get it out there in that podcast. Have a good one, brother. Thanks for being patient.
Yeah, Kieran.
Cool.
So, there you go. Another one of my comedy favorites. Give us a shout out. You would think this would be
I like
growing
the
our
skit.
podcast a little bit.
I like the skit when Jim Brewer was on Saturday Night Live, and he always used to be. His mom would be like, "What are you doing?" "I'm going camping." "Going camping, Ma."
Or the ones where he used to do Joe Pesci. And then the real Joe Pesci came on. Like he was doing a Joe Pesci impression and Joe Pesci came up behind him.
I don't think I saw that one.
I
I didn't always catch every Saturday Night Live, because that was before we had like TiVo and all that. Or at least I didn't have a TiVo yet. Not during that group of SNL cast.
Okay. So first good news stories of the week. There was a Polish javelin athlete that was at the Tokyo Olympics. Screw up her name. Maria Andrzejczyk. I wish we had Shauna Savachnia to tell us how the
Svechnia.
Svechnia.
That's how you say her last name.
how it's
Svechnia.
pronounced. But she won the silver medal, and she got home and she heard about an 8-month-old boy with a heart defect that needed surgery. So what she did is she auctioned off the silver medal. Okay, she got $125,000 for it. And that was...
What country was the boy in?
Same Poland.
Oh, okay, so they probably have... That should really help out. I was like, if it was a surgery here in the United States, people need to chip in and help this kid even more.
Yeah, GoFundMe.
Right. Well, because the surgery is going to be way more than 100.
Yeah. So there's a Polish convenience store chain, Zabka, which is like the Smiths in Poland.
Oh, okay.
They bought it for $125,000. She donated the money to the boy who had the surgery.
Oh,
and
cool.
Zabka turned around and gave her the medal back.
Oh, no way. That's so cool.
See, there's good in the world still.
Yeah.
It's just hard to find.
I know. We have to go to Poland to find it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Poland.
And let's go to Gainesville, Florida at the Wahoo Seafood Grill. Some customer left a $10,000 tip for the 10 employees that work there.
Oh my gosh.
Because, being a waiter in the food service industry, it must be a bitch. It's no wonder it's hard getting help because they treat like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they were heroes last year. Now it's back to zeros. And again, labor shortages. And these places are finally deciding that they need to pay more to attract employees. So that broke down to $1,000 a piece to each employee.
I bet you some of them were crying, if not all of them, getting something like...
Could you imagine that?
Just the thought of the kindness that a stranger gave that much to them. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, so next, let's go to Cornwall, England, and Piran the cat. What did Piran the cat do? Well, his 83-year-old owner went out for a walk, and she fell into a ravine, and she got injured. She couldn't get out. So Piran the cat sat at the edge of the ravine and just meowed for help like Lassie at the well.
No way!
Yeah.
The cat, see, maybe cats don't try to eat our faces when we die.
Or a cat.
Not that she died, but she was like left there.
Or the cat was
helpless.
just like, die now. Die. Meow. Just waiting. But no, the cat saved his or her owner, and the lady's recovering now.
Oh, good job, Kieran. Is it Kieran the cat?
Piran.
Piran the cat.
Piran.
Good job, Piran.
And it's a black cat, so that black cat wasn't bad luck.
Yeah, this is good luck.
Let's see here. I had one more. Because good news is hard to find, so you have to dig deep and try to research the shit.
You gotta go all over the globe.
Lacey Schillinglaw, 13, spotted an injured bumblebee lying in the road while she was walking her dog, and it had a hurt wing. So Lacey mended this bee's wing. However you do that, bee's wing must be pretty fragile. And now this bee won't leave her alone. It won't leave. It'll stay on her shoulder. She has this little container at night. She puts it in the container. It stays there till morning. And then wakes up, the bee goes and flies and sets on the shoulder all day long.
No way. Is that true?
Yeah. That's real news, not fake news.
No way. That's so cool. Like, hopefully he just never accidentally stings her, because I've seen that bee movie and he's like, oh no.
Mistaken identity.
I know, poor bees.
You don't think bees would fucking remember that shit? I don't know if bees would have the brain power to recognize people, but apparently this one does.
Yeah. That one certainly does, so maybe they do have that power.
Oh, shit. So speaking of drinking, do you remember, is there any kind of alcohol that you got so drunk on that you cannot stand the taste of it, the smell of it anymore?
Yeah, Jim Beam.
Jim Beam? How old were you?
High school, stealing our parents' liquor. And we were playing quarters. And especially with my big mouth playing quarters, I'm the one that got picked to drink a lot, So then I'd get sick off of it, and it's like, because I'm 15 and I shouldn't be drinking that, it's just like I have no desire to ever drink that again in life.
Mine was Southern Comfort.
Oh, okay. I'm not really a fan of any of those hard liquors. Like, if I'm going to do a mixed drink, it's going to be like a vodka one. I don't like any...
I think the last time I did shots was we were in Hogs and Heifers in Vegas the night before Bernie Sanders.
Yeah?
And
we got shots?
Yeah, remember? Because we went there and we're like, no, we can't get too drunk tonight because we have to get early for Bernie Sanders, and the waitress there forced us to.
Oh, they just gave us shots.
Remember that? And then we started toasting to a fucking, what's his name, getting fired?
I remember that. Bill O'Reilly.
Bill O'Reilly getting fired.
Cheers to Bill O'Reilly getting fired.
Yeah, so we put that on our Facebook pages, and one of my friends took really offense to that.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't take a joke. I think shortly after that we weren't friends, because it was like the Jeffrey Epstein, that was going on, and he made this post about, of course it's the Democrats, they were always hanging out with Epstein. I'm like, yeah, but what about the time Trump was hanging out with him? I was like, maybe it was a bipartisan conspiracy where Bill and Don worked together and they offed Jeffrey Epstein. And he got really mad at me and said, well, that's the way you are. You stop watching CNN. I'm like, slow down, Cupcake. It was a joke. And I don't think he liked, I called him Cupcake because he blocked me soon after that.
Yeah, he full on was calling me the C word on there. And then one of my friends went after him and was talking crap back to him. My friend who's no longer on Facebook. My friend Charlie.
Charlie?
I know. I miss him.
Okay, well, we're going to keep this short tonight because we have to get ready for a big interview in a couple of nights.
Yeah.
But,
that should be fun.
But we'll leave you with one more. And this was the first comedian that ever sent us a message. And, Brett Terhune. And the thing is, let me fucking break down the fourth wall. It's parody, people. It's parody. He's playing a character. And whenever I post one of his videos, some of my not-so-smart liberal friends go, I can't stand that guy.
It's like, he's one of you. He's making fun of... or just simply say, comedy's not for you.
Yeah.
It's just not. You don't understand it.
So this was him, just about a year ago, because it was right around football season.
What do we have here? A couple sheep named Michael and Snowflake from the Reality Redemption podcast. You know, you two, I just seen on Fox News that you two are a couple liberal Democrats. So I figured I'd drop by and give you a pep talk, maybe some words of advice to help with your condition. And that's what I would be doing. Had you not hated my president, and still your president, by the way, Donald
Not
J.
anymore.
Trump, you're pissing me off. What on flat earth did this man ever do to you? Except for sending you $1,200 to spend however you like.
To buy this
That's
podcast
just like
equipment.
a couple liberal Democrats to be ungrateful to your tangerine savior. You people make me sick. Still watching the NFL after all these years, after that little stunt Colin Kaepernick pulled a few years back. Well, you already know I'm done with the NFL. Except for Sundays and Mondays and Thursdays and Saturdays during the playoffs. Other than that, I'm done. Shame on you, Snow, for even still liking the 49ers, and shame on you, Michael, for being a New England Patriots fan. Being a Pats fan is like rooting for the house when you go to a casino. You're not taking any risks. Michael, even worse than still watching football, you two are Bernie Sanders supporters. Crazy Bernie. I bet you're watching this video the whole time with your hand out just like that. Wanting something for free, just like a Bernie supporter. But even you two have seen the writing on the border wall, and you're going to vote for old Sleepy Joe Biden, a.k.a. Daddy Longhugs, a.k.a. Grandpa Smell Your Hair, a.k.a. Uncle No Boundaries, and I bet you're going to show up on whatever day the election is wearing your little masks, too. Part of the flu world order, couple masketeers. A mask ain't nothing but a barrier for your face, and everybody knows barriers don't work. Unless they're at our southern border, but you know damn well them germs are going to climb over the top of that mask or tunnel underneath it, because a mask ain't nothing but a wall for your face, and everybody knows walls don't work unless they're at our southern border. But I've been thinking, which I rarely do, but I've been thinking and I figured out your problem. You two been watching too much liberal, lamestream media and probably making it with your little podcast, just like the Washington Compost and the fake news CNN. Well, I'm here to tell you that all that is bad for your brain. That's why I watch Fox News, because how could it be bad for your brain if you don't got one in the first place? But I digest it's against my better judgment to do this today, but I wanted to help you people out. So today I'm going to raise my emotional support beer to you two, Michael and Snowflake, in hopes that you'll learn to love your spray tan in chief, and maybe you might get some views and listens or whatever you people get on Apple Podcasts and Spotify's positive reviews with your little podcast, Reality Redemption. So here's to you. Now get off my property.
So what I don't understand, how do some of our friends, did you not hear him call him Tangerine Savior and Spray Tan in Chief? How could you think that a true Trump humper would refer to their Lord and Savior in those terms? How?
Did you hear, though?
How can you not know that that's comedy?
Did you hear Trump got booed at his own rally? Because he encouraged people to get the vaccine. He said you have the choice to get it, and he said, but I understand it's your freedom not to get it, but I encourage you to get it because I got it, and he got booed.
Oh, he actually admitted that he got it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I think it might be, okay, so when did this happen?
A couple days ago.
So this is actually, we'll see what happens then, because, you know, when these people first hear the information, they're like, well, wait a second, I've been brainwashed for so long. This is the reaction I have to that fucking vaccine and the masks. So maybe when they go and think about it, but wait, Daddy Trump told me that he got it, so maybe I should go get it. And they start thinking that way.
Right. And then now
So maybe more people will go get it. And did you all finally pay Trump to start saying that? Because if so, I am on board with that 100%. They should just pay him to fucking tell people to get the goddamn vaccine.
I know. They Make America Great Again hat. With a little Pfizer logo under it.
You're still going to have people who will refuse to get it. Don't get me wrong. But can you imagine? I bet you if he would go out there and preach this more, we would at least get enough on board to reach the herd immunity that we need. I think so.
Well, hey, and I will put that under a good news story.
And it involved Donald Trump. I mean, hey, good on you for telling your morons. Good for your moron sheeple. Good for you for telling them to fucking go get vaccinated. Yeah. I actually like something that you did, sir.
I know. He wanted to pull out of Afghanistan.
And they say that we're just going to sit there and rail on him. I'm like, no, I can give credit when credit's due. In this case, it is due.
So we'll raise our emotional support beers to
Here's what I will say, though. You should have encouraged people to get the vaccine earlier. Now, that's the fault that I have with what you're doing. Well, you should have encouraged it. I know, better late than never, but you should have done it when you yourself were getting it.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to wrap this up, and we'll do another podcast this week. Stay tuned. Remember, no news is good news.
You got that right.
And, I can't even turn on the news anymore.
I haven't been listening to it.
Better off. All right, well, thank you, Jackie, the Jokeman.
Yeah, thanks, Jackie.
Jokeland at AOL.
AOL, folks. AOL.
AOL.
Still on the AOL.
LOL. Okay. Bye.
Bye, y'all.